With Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg, I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce is our reporter. It'll be the Thunder off the tip. Pass to Jokic. There's the screen by Johnson. Here's Castle. Back to Jokic. Shot clock at 6. Here's Castle. Lets it go from the wing. No good, off the front rim. You know, Grant, you talk to scouts about Stephon Castle. They just feel like this guy's a winner.
Well, certainly we saw that at Connecticut. Now, as a freshman, he was a key piece in their title run. He actually turned up his game in the tournament, and that's rare for any freshman.
So it's Oklahoma City now, following the score by Los Angeles. Oklahoma City's got to hurry. They got to get up a shot. Middleton, no good. Here's Booker. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. That one on Nembhard. Well, Grant, if you talk about consistent top-level scores, Devin Booker is near the top of that list.
Yeah, and going back to the 17-18 season, Devin has averaged at least 25 points every year. Book can create his own shot and finish. It's hard finding guys who can do both.
Here's Castle. His nightly numbers respectable, putting up 10 points a game. Can't get it to fall. Outside Hart. Lets it go from deep. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
You know, confidence is a big part of success in the NBA. When Hart is assertive like this, it helps him get going.
First quarter, just over a minute and a half in. Left side, Booker. Outside, Sharp. Takes the 3. Nikola Jokic grabs the miss. Uses the glass on the layup.
There they go, finally able to drop one in on their 4th try.
And so it's Booker with it. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. There's the drive. Got it. Booker's got 6.
You love the intensity on Booker's drive. Cutting in like there's nothing the defense can do to stop him.
And the dunk by Jokic.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Now here's Hart. Shot clock at 5. Three-pointer Sharp. Gets a second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
Hey, good to get him going right away. I mean, those are the shots that really boost confidence.
Perhaps he's set for a big night. I mean, he can be a difference maker for him when he's on his game.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, the Thunder have some grit. Coach Mark Dagnall said we compete, and on nights we aren't, we get back to that very quickly. The competition level and the willingness to do it together is the foundational piece. Brian?
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thank you. Pass to Castle. And here's Jokic. And Jokic throws it down.
You know, for all of his agility and craftiness to slick moves, Jokic Not afraid to go old school and just throw it down on you.
Sharp. Yes, and it's Booker with the setup. He's got 5.
And what's working here, each guy is willing to make the next pass.
And the basket by Castle.
Always ready to fire. Castle wasting no time.
You know, Grant, after losing in the first round last season, it felt like changes were inevitable for the Lakers.
Yeah, making the playoffs isn't enough for that franchise. They are all about championship success. And anything short of that is a failure.
Puts up a 3. Knocks down the triple.
And their offense looking like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Pass to Middleton. The three-pointer off the mark. The Lakers lead by 10. Here's Booker. Here's Sharp. Back to Booker. And the call will be against Andrew Nembhard. That's foul number 2 for him.
I think he has to play more conservative from this point on. I mean, that's 2 fouls already.
Booker with it. He's got 6. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Green.
That miss aside, they're off to a strong start at the offensive end.
Yeah, they're scoring with confidence, making them count in the early going here.
And the foul called on Draymond Green. That's his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. First team.
There's 42 seconds left in the first. Jokic up top. 6 to shoot. Pass to Johnson.
And just refusing to give up second chance points. Excellent defensive rebounding.
Not one second chance bucket allowed. That is finishing off good defense.
Johnson on the wing. Here's Castle. Watched by Wallace. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Yeah, really left him no choice there. He had the foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
He's off on the first. And he's good on the second. Now Westbrook. Looking at the numbers, he's putting up 7 points a game.
Well, you got to miss sometimes, but that one seemed like a gimme.
And so it's Los Angeles. They have a nice 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. Getting lots of great looks, shooting it well. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. Taking a look at the Lakers' performance here, guys. What are your thoughts?
Well, clearly they played well in the first period because of their selfless attitude.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
Pass to Green. Oh, look at Green getting his inside. Clark, we hear coaches often say, trust your teammates. Why is that sometimes a challenge?
Well, you know, when you talk about passing the basketball, there's got to be a level of trust and confidence that where you pass it to is going to produce some fruit, and that it might come back to you if that's the best play. And then defensively, you can't be good defensively without communicating and trusting one another to cover for each other in the defensive scheme that you're playing. Well, you don't see bigs with Jokic's skill level very often. His athleticism, very average, but he still can throw it down if he has to.
Goes back up. Another shot. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they will count the bucket.
I mean, he had the right idea, but his timing was just a little off, and it resulted in a goaltend.
And so J.J. Redick calls for the timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Making a switch here.
Let's hear it for you. Now into the lineup, your Lakers.
Los Angeles leading by 9. This past offseason, OKC decided to move on from their former first-round pick, Josh Giddey.
Yeah, the 6th overall pick in 2021. Giddey is a talented player with good upside, but fit is so important in the NBA, and the Thunder knew his talents would be better suited elsewhere.
Drives to the hoop. Here's Jokic. Yes, on the jumper. Jokic has got 6 in the quarter.
He's really carrying the load, but no man can do it all by himself.
Outside Booker. Three-pointer off the mark.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Pass to Castle. Now Middleton. Intercepted. Good chance here for Booker. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Booker's got 13. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Lakers.
Well, you know, they've been aggressive on the defensive end, and it's paying off for them. Quite a few takeaways for them in the early going.
Yeah, I also like how they've immediately gotten out in transition. They came to run, and we'll see if they can keep it up.
You know, Clark, with the Lakers, at times it is hard to maintain a sense of continuity.
Boy, it sure is, B. I mean, there's always pressure to improve or be at your best, but even more so when you're playing in the glitz and glamour of L.A. and all that history. And because of that, sometimes it can lead to high team turnovers when you're playing for the Lakers. At the offensive end, he's been assertive and efficient, guys. A big reason why they hold this lead right now.
Pass to Johnson. Back to Jokic. The floater. Inside. Jokic drops it in.
And right now, Jokic has it going on. He's doing whatever he wants to out there.
Here's Booker. Gobert up top. Westbrook left side. Outside for Booker. And that one comes off the assist by Westbrook. Booker's got 19 points.
He's going off this quarter. A huge reason why this team is on top.
Outside Johnson. Inside. Pass to Middleton. Here's Castle. Here's Jokic. Hart pulls it in.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
Grant, how about the rise of OKC in just 2 years, transforming from a 24-win team to the top seed?
Incredible, B.A. The Thunder drafted well and gave those picks lots of playing time. Plus, they made some fantastic trades. And of course, don't forget, OKC still has a boatload of picks.
Here's Castle. 5 points in the game. Kicks it out to Middleton. Just 4 to shoot. The try by Nembhard. Here's Mamukelashvili. Misses the 3.
That's his shot, and one I'm sure he wants back.
Here's Westbrook to the inside. Pass to Booker. From the arc. Goes back up. And it's finished off by Gobert as he lays it in. Gobert's gotten his first basket of the night.
And you have to appreciate the heart they've shown on the offensive boards this quarter.
Well, it's paid off with a greater rate of second chance hoops. A great effort to build this lead on their part.
Everyone in the building saw the obvious contact.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
And the second free throw is good. All right, Clark, how about Rudy Gobert? What consistency rebounding the ball.
Yeah, averaging double digits pretty much every season, B.A. And that helps them in the battle of possessions, obviously. And it also helps them control pace. You've got a guy who eats glass like that and defends at a high level. You got something real good for yourself.
Wallace misses. Thunder trail by 17. Driving in. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And this rookie Castle is smooth on the drive. Can't give him any space in the lane.
Wallace outside. From deep three-point land. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Jokic with it. Hard covering. The kick out to Johnson. For three. Hits the three-pointer. Johnson's got his first 3 points of the game.
And their offense seems to be coming around. Now they're shooting upwards of 50% from the field.
And, you know, that's a really good sign. They stumbled out of the gate, but they're starting to look a little better now and regaining some ground.
Right side Green. Releases. No good. Would have counted had it gone. And the first half now in the books. Lakers ahead. They lead by 12. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. The Lakers lead by 12. Puts the move on. Booker on the take. And that's 2 points on the layup. Booker's got 22 points.
If there's anything Booker can't do on a basketball court, I want to know all about it, because tonight he's doing it all.
And here's Booker. Oh, he pipes it. 9 for 14 and showing no let-up.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Book it off the crossover. Booker's got 6 in the quarter.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
About a minute played here in the second half. Picked his pocket. And a fast break now for the Thunder. Here's Jokic. Rebound by the Lakers. Well, when this game is over and done with, they'll be off to Utah to take on the Jazz. And that starts a 4-game road trip for them.
Yeah, just an offensive machine. Booker generates points consistently, night in and night out.
He's made 3 of 4 free throw attempts in this game.
And in their last game, he really distinguished himself at the free throw line.
Matter of fact, a lot of his points came from the stripe. He was feeling it. You know, guys, that's not quite the same success rate he had at the line last year, although it is somewhat in the neighborhood of last year's numbers.
Well, Jokic is the passing big man. The assist he racks up from his position or something else.
There's a screen. Here's Booker. Takes it inside. Banked it in off the glass. Booker's got 10 points in just the second half.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Did you see that, B.A.? Just an emphatic tomahawk slam.
Wow, just pure power right there.
And we're not talking about soft D. There was a lot of resistance there.
Yeah, great awareness there from Booker. A selfless team-first player.
And when you look at the Lakers, a lot has happened since their championship run in 2020, Clark.
Yeah, it really has, B.A., and I think some of it you have to attribute it to a significant amount of roster turnover. And then you pair that with coaching changes. One of the keys to being successful in anything and at any level and in the NBA, stability, continuity. You've got to have it with your executive management team, coaches, and players. And they've not had that, so the consistency has been hard to find.
Now here's Jokic. 14 points for him. To the paint. Here's Castle. Back to Jokic. Clock at 2. The fader. The shot that time not on target. The Lakers lead by 22. Here's Booker. Rebounded by Johnson. Here's Castle. He's got 10. Back to Middleton. They swipe it. And they're pushing it up. Here's Wallace. Three-pointer in transition. Wallace has got 6.
Great idea to pull up and take the transition 3 there. The D was in position to block his path to the hoop if he took it inside.
Pass to Johnson. They need this. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Strong performance from him, but he may need to do even more if they're going to win this game.
Booker, good.
Well, he's demanding the ball. He wants it, and he's coming through. I mean, you can see why his teammates trust him down the stretch, guys.
Jokic in the post. That one off the back iron and out.
You know, he just has not been himself this period. Just too inconsistent up and down at the offensive end.
Hey, one heck of a crossover there. Booker's got 36 points.
Boy, what a quarter for him. I mean, he's found his rhythm, and he's really riding that wave right now.
Yes, it's good. Booker's got 38 points. All right, well, a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Lakers.
You have to be a fan of the energy they've played with on the defensive end. Active hands and feet, and it's come up big a few times for them.
You know something else, guys? You know, they came out of that tunnel sprinting in a full stride sprint. That translated to the floor and lots of success in the fast break game.
They've had a hard time shutting down the three-point shot.
And they're not making up for it with their own shots from deep either, so that's a double-edged sword there.
Looking to end the run. And another miss by Oklahoma City.
He's fallen into a bit of a slump this quarter. How quickly things can turn.
Pass to Sharp. Back to Booker. Nice dish, and the layup goes down. Booker's got 40 points.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Here's Jokic. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. Oklahoma City shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
At the line for the Thunder.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul. He shot 5 of 6 at the foul line. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
Show some love for the Lakers dance team.
Booker, no good on the free throw. And the Thunder call time here.
Protecting the rim has to be their top objective right now.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. Nice game. Great performance by Devin Booker.
He's been on a mission, attacking the basket all game long. I'm curious to see what adjustments they can make.
Laker fans, put your hands together. Make some noise for your Lakers.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. Nice game. Great performance by Devin Booker.
Yeah, this guy is torching them. And so far, their defense hasn't responded.
Just 4 seconds left in the third. Driving to the basket. It's good. Booker's got 42 in the game. Devin Booker, he's feeling it tonight. He's been the drive.
Your Lakers, 67.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Here's Castle. And Grant, while we want the officials to get it right, I'm sure the league would like to shorten that time officials are at the table.
Tell me about it. You wonder if a time limit should be instituted. If they can't figure it out after a minute or so, just go with how it was called on the floor.
And here's Jokic outside. Drills it from deep.
Jokic, one of my favorite bigs to watch. So crafty, light on his feet. He gets the jump on the defense with that pull-up shot of his.
Take it away. Here's Castle. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Pretty swift release that time from Booker, getting it away just in time.
Pass to Castle. Back to Jokic. Launches it. Rebounded by Russell Westbrook.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Now here's Jokic. Defended by Gobert. Nembhard outside. Offensive rebound. And the dunk by Jokic.
Using that huge body down low, Jokic racking up some hustle points.
They set the pick. Outside Booker. From deep. Jokic grabs the board. And it's Jokic with the ball for Oklahoma City. Outside Johnson. Back to Jokic. Six on the shot clock. Jacks up a 3. Counted from distance. Jokic has got 8 here in this quarter.
Collecting plenty of second chance points this half. That alone can keep a team in a game.
Here's Westbrook. And a nice finish on the layup.
Just by nature of his style, Westbrook is going to draw contact, so he's got to be strong enough and focused enough to play through it. And he is and does.
From deep, Jokic. Rebounded by Russell Westbrook. Here's Booker. That's good. And so Westbrook with the assist. Booker's got 49 in the game.
You know, they're looking good, really good right now because of him. He sees this game by the throat, and he's squeezing hard.
That's his second.
Hey, Grant, when you look at the mentality of today's players, what are the differences from back in your day?
Well, B.A., through the wonders of technology, players interacting more directly with their fans and telling their own stories. Also, there's a brotherhood. It's a bit more brotherly, with players on different teams more friendly than in days past. And, you know, I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Booker can't get it to go.
That's how you stay connected to a shooter, was right in his jersey.
Fires for 3. Jokic, no good.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Booker, good.
There's something that is great about Booker. He doesn't take all outside shots. I mean, Devin can score it inside, too. But the defender had more size than him, but did not have more fight.
They are blowing this one open.
Maybe the only question is how big will this lead grow?
With the fadeaway. And there's a minute 45 left to play in the fourth quarter. Shot from the low post is good. Booker's got 53 points.
Having his way with the defense, Booker creates separation and nails the shot. How about the bounce?
We can call that bounce per ounce. Can't be denied.
He's a highlight reel, always on the launch pad.
There's the triple. From downtown. Rebound by Middleton.
Defense dodged a bullet that time. Total breakdown. Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the Lakers.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
And with this one, they go double digits in the win column.
And having this win on the books might give them a little mental advantage the next two times these squads meet.
The stats tell us that the winner of the first game is a big favorite to come out on top in the overall series.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Devin Booker.
Boy, this game really had his name all over it. I mean, he relished being the guy to carry the load offensively.
From deep, Jokic. Not going to go that time.
He's trying to force his way into a rhythm, but that's not helping the team.
And once again, off the mark by Los Angeles. Pass to Castle. Three-pointer. Hart pulls it in. It's Booker on the wing. Now here's Green. The three is up. And that one drops.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
And you know that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
So we see the Lakers taking the W here, showing that they're the far superior team. They win it going away.
I'll tell you what, give it up for their fans. They love to watch this team dominate. You best believe they're all going home happy tonight.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.